Hi, everyone. It's great to see you here. Since it's Hispanic Heritage Month, I decided to review The Power of Latino Leadership by Juana Bordas today. And I'm really excited to do so. This book was a gift from a friend of mine, and I am really excited to share my thoughts on it with you. So let's get started. So first of all, what I really liked about this book is that it's very upbeat. It is not that long. It's probably, okay, so it's a little over 300 pages, but what a punch it packs. Juana Bordas is a leadership guru. She also works in diversity, equity, and inclusion, and she is just a force of nature, and that comes through these pages. She manages to put in a great set of historical background chapters, which move really fast so that you understand the historical context for how the Latino community came to be. And then the other thing that I really appreciated about her approach was that she was pan-Latino. And by that, I mean that she really looked across the community. We come from, I think it's 26 different nations. And she really embraced this idea that although we come from all of these different countries and we represent all different races, we are all mixed. We are white, Black, Asian, Indigenous, and a mix of all of those things. She really looks for the points of commonality among us. The deep spirituality we often share, our connectedness to family, our connectedness to the collective, and our work ethic as some of the defining characteristics that make us distinctive as a community, but also give us a lot of power to make an impact in the United States. So I really appreciated her kind of can-do, let's get this done and let's harness all of that great history, the energy, and all of those incredible qualities of our community. What I also appreciated about her is that she sprinkled Spanish in there, but in a really great way. It's where it seems to need a little bit of a translation. She includes that because she wants it to be accessible. Not all of us speak Spanish. And honestly, she really wants everybody to read this book. It's not just meant for a Latino audience, but it's also meant for people who may want to learn about our community. And to that, I would say, I think that this book is great for you if you are Latino and you would like to kind of expand what you might know of the vastness of our community, and also just to kind of step back and appreciate all of the cultural legacy that gives us unique leadership qualities. But the other thing I would say is, if you are not Latino, this is a great primer, for lack of a better way to put it, to understand our community and to understand how you can appeal to our community, how you can become more inclusive in your organization or your business, or even if you are working in government, how you can reach out to us and make sure that we have a seat at the table and you're hearing from us. The other thing that I wanted to point out about her book is that at the end of each chapter, she includes a section for reflection and questions that you can sit and kind of answer yourself. And some of them are kind of like fun little quizzes, right? And others are more thoughtful, that make you kind of stop and say, okay, I need to think about that. So for example, knowing that the Europeans, and particularly the Spanish, came and had a very violent arrival in the Americas, yet we all so many of us carry Spanish surnames, reflecting on how complicated that legacy is when we know that we are descendants of the people who came and did some pretty terrible things, and the people who fought back to keep their land and their culture. And at the end of the day, a mixed people, the mestizaje, the mestizos came out of that clash of cultures, and here we are today. So it does make you pause, right? And she makes you pause and think about that. So I really like those little interactive exercises at the end of each chapter. If you pick up this book and you decide you're not sure if you want to kind of go through the whole thing, what I would suggest is reading the introduction, which is essentially a Cliff Notes version of her book. And she talks about each section of her book. And then she also has this great chart where she summarizes the 10 principles of Latino leadership in a really easy to read and digest chart. And then the last chapter, chapter 13, where she talks about the future and how, yes, the numbers definitely show that we're an economic force to be reckoned with. 1 in 5 people in America today is Latino, and by 20 years from now, it'll be 1 in 4. I mean, it's just the numbers are crazy, right? But she's very positive about what the future holds for us, and she's also thinking about the young people, right? The people who are coming up through the ranks and their incredible ability to, they don't have to assimilate anymore. They can acculturate, and by that, she explains that she and they and I can actually move between cultures and not have to be totally whitewashed and assimilated to be successful. And in fact, having that cultural facility is an incredible advantage, particularly as the United States moves forward into a more multicultural era, even more so than before. And being able to speak Spanish, or even if you don't speak Spanish, if you can move between all of those cultures more easily, it gives you a leg up, right? So what I would say in conclusion is The Power of Latino Leadership is a great book for you to check out if you want to learn more about the Latino community, because your business or organization needs to take it into account eventually, right? And if you're also interested in mentoring, sponsoring, cultivating Latino leadership within your own organization. So I hope that you will check out Juana's book. You can also check out her website. I think it's juanabordas.com. And if you enjoyed my summary of this particular book, I would encourage you to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. I would very much appreciate that. And if you do read this book, I would love to hear what you think of it. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you during the next book review.